morning. The Fox 61 Morning News starts now.
Well, the family is looking for justice after their daughter's death years ago. We'll tell you more about the man who's accused as he's expected in court today.
And the Alex Jones trial here in Connecticut coming to a close with closing statements expected this morning.
So we do have an update on all of those fat bears that a lot of people are talking about and voting on. We reported this yesterday. Stick around. That more coming up. And good morning, everybody. This is the Fox 61 Morning News at 6 o'clock. I'm Tim Lammers.
And America Arias, thanks so much for starting off your new day with us. We're getting you straight over to meteorologist Matt Scott. He is back with some good news for all of us.
Oh,
We've got the sunshine coming back.
Hallelujah. Good morning to you. And this is, by the way, one of those mornings where I admire Erica and Tim even more for being able to say the words fat and bears together without snickering. It's really very interesting. Watch and see if they can do it. Finally, hey, look, the sun's coming out after 5 days of a break. Reduced visibility this morning. We'll talk about that. Quiet but cooler weather on tap as well. Here's your visibility, and you can see from the Naugatuck Valley up to the Litchfield Hills. Half a mile, Monroe and Oxford. Not much better in Meriden. The rest of the state looking okay, but some of that patchy fog may be greeting you on the roads this morning. 56 in Hartford, 58 in New Haven. We got a lucky 61 in Groton. There goes the last of the rain over the last overnight. A northerly flow emerging, drier, more stable air taking over. So we'll start today with clouds. We won't end it that way. There it is, this little thing, this yellow ball in the sky that's called the sun. You may have forgotten. Temperatures reflecting that and getting into the low 70s. What do we got for the weekend? I know you want to know that. We've got that coming up. Lauren Zenzi, sun glare.
We're matching.
I know. Well, are we? Look at that.
Yeah.
Got that traffic and weather chi
Telepathy.
Going on. Exactly.
Yes.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Matt. We missed you. Good morning, everyone. We are following a couple of accidents out in the Hartford area. DOT is only reporting one accident on the maps, but on their website they say that there's actually 2 accidents in the Hartford area. So we're working to get more information on that. You can see that there's heavy delays on both the east and the westbound side of I-84. That's right on the West Hartford line. This is right near exit 50 and exit 48. So as of right now, it's only showing that there's one accident, but we're seeing delays on both sides, so not really sure what's going on there. We'll check back in on that. On 91, though, going into and out of the capital city, things are looking good over in the Hartford-Weathersfield area. Great Meadow Road looking good. Some heavy fog over in Waterbury. We've been seeing this all morning long over here, so definitely take it slow if you're out in that area traveling on I-84. As of right now, though, no incidents to report out there, just a little bit of extra volume out on the roads. And down in New Haven, things are looking good as well. We'll check back in with more information on what's going on in the West Hartford area coming up at 6:30, guys.
It is 6:03. We've got breaking news this morning out of Thailand. Police said dozens of people were killed in a shooting at a child care center. A spokesperson for a regional public affairs office said so far they have confirmed 35 deaths, of which 24 are children. The other 11 are adults. They also said the shooter took his own life after the shooting. No further information has been made available as of right now, including if anybody was hurt and taken to the hospital, nor have they said what the motive is behind the attack. But this is a developing story there out of Thailand, so please be sure to stick with us throughout the morning for updates. Here back in Connecticut today, a Waterford family is pleading for justice as their daughter's accused killer heads to court this morning. Her boyfriend has been charged in the young woman's murder.
Now, Fox 61 spoke with her family ahead of the proceedings, and Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc is joining us now live in the studio with their message. Julia, good morning.
Hi, good morning to you both. Heather and Phil Rodriguez lost their daughter, 25-year-old Karina Rodriguez, back in December of 2018. They say she was pregnant at the time and was already a mom of 3. Her boyfriend, now 31-year-old Avery Hallbrooks, has since been charged with her murder. Now, police say Rodriguez was staying with Hallbrooks in an East Lyme motel that December when they found her stabbed dozens of times. This summer, Hallbrooks appeared in court, accepting a plea deal that comes with a 40-year prison sentence. Now, by doing so, he avoids a trial that was supposed to start in September. Now, Hallbrooks had previously turned down the same plea deal he was previously offered. But ahead of today's court date, the Rodriguez family is asking for a stronger sentence than that 40-year prison offer that is in that plea deal. They're calling on the judge and our lawmakers to try to help them update something called the Special Circumstances Law. That's when a person convicted of certain types of murder gets a life sentence. People who do things like murder a police officer or kill someone under the age of 16. They want that to apply to Holbrooks.
If you're married, dating, whatever the case may be, and you kill your partner because of domestic violence, I think that should be in a special circumstance. And I think it's up to our state reps, governor, people just to start making some noise. No man should ever hurt or kill a female, and vice versa.
By the time these women and men are killed, they've suffered decades, some of them, emotionally, mentally, physically.
The Holbrooks is on the docket for 10 o'clock this morning in New London. We will, of course, be there to follow the proceedings and hear from the family afterwards. In the meantime, for anyone who is watching or listening right now, it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And if you know someone who is experiencing domestic abuse, we want to let you know that there is help out there. Please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. We have that number for you on the bottom of our screen. It is 800-799-7233. You can also head to our website at fox61.com for a list of local resources. Tim, we will send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you. 6:06 this Thursday morning. The Alex Jones trial is set to continue again, but the end is in sight. This is after both sides share their closing arguments. Coming up, it will be time for jury deliberations. The jury is made up of 3 men and 3 women. They'll be tasked with deciding how much Alex Jones owes 8 Sandy Hook families and an FBI agent in damages because of his defamation. The trial has been filled with emotional testimony.
I got sent pictures of dead kids because I was told that as a crisis actor, I didn't really know what a dead kid looked like.
Once this trial ends, Jones faces another similar one in Texas that's different than the one he already faced. So that would be 3 similar trials. That's expected to start later this year. We will be at the courthouse in Waterbury all morning starting at 7, so make sure you're staying with us for the latest. And we've got a Fox 61 follow-up to breaking news we brought you yesterday. Waterbury police said they're making progress in the investigation after somebody shot and killed a 17-year-old boy. Now, no arrests have been made yet, but we do know more about the victim. Wisin Resto Rodriguez was shot several times right near his home on Bishop Street. His family said he made it back to his front yard, but that's where he collapsed, and he later died at St. Mary's Hospital.
This is a very active investigation. It's brought us to other neighborhoods within the city. We are working very hard on it right now with our major crimes detectives and our forensic unit.
And a lot of people who live in the area talk to us about what Resto Rodriguez was like.
He's a pretty good kid, you know. I don't know what's in the background, but he's good. Everybody here knows him, you know, and nobody ever had problems with him.
This is Waterbury's 13th homicide of the year, but it's the first involving a child. Well, Prince Tech High School in Hartford is back open this morning after it closed yesterday because of a staff shortage.
We've been talking about this for a while. Schools in our state and nationwide have been struggling to deal with the shortage of educators and even finding substitute teachers. Teachers are leaving the profession earlier than ever, and districts are really struggling to hire.
And this isn't the first time it's happened at Prince Tech. It was just last month we reported on the high school being closed for the same reason. So hopefully, knock on wood, this is the last time. Vice President Kamala Harris visited Connecticut yesterday to speak about abortion rights a little more than 1 month before the coming midterm elections. The vice president held a roundtable discussion at Central Connecticut State University where hundreds of people gathered to hear the vice president speak about reproductive rights. She also spoke about racial biases in women's health care.
Black women 3 times more likely to die. Native women twice as likely. Women in rural America 1.5 times. When it comes to racial bias in the healthcare delivery system, we know that is a huge contributor, in particular to black maternal mortality.
Congresswoman Johanna Hayes, who's running for re-election in our 5th congressional district, was there, as was the president of Planned Parenthood. They both said it's important to protect abortion and contraception after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
It is critical that we take action to enshrine women's reproductive rights into law and protect the health and well-being of all women and all people.
It's not just about access to abortion, right? It's contraception. They're literally trying to hold people hostage in their states with these right to travel bans.
Governor Ned Lamont was also at that roundtable, and he also reaffirmed Connecticut's full support for reproductive rights.
Although many said the Vice President Kamala Harris's visit was not a political one, the race between Congresswoman Johanna Hayes is viewed as the most vulnerable of Connecticut's House representatives. A recent update from Politico's election forecast lists the 5th district race a toss-up. Republican George Logan held a press conference yesterday ahead of the roundtable and said that women's health care and abortion are important issues. He said the vice president's visit a missed chance to address other issues facing Connecticut.
We've got the vice president and Congresswoman Johanna Hayes doing a bunch of grandstanding and fear-mongering.
Logan also said he thinks inflation and the economy are more pressing issues for American families.